In the year 1888, which country fails to complete the Panama Canal? And the time starts now. So the question was which nation failed to complete the Panama Canal? And Panama Canal is one of the difficult project, but let's find out the answer quickly. It is the France. France was French companies took over a task of completing the Panama Canal, but they failed because this is not easy. The terrain itself was very tough, and they could not dig. The initial plan was to dig, but then there are lakes, there are rivers, and there are torrential rain, there are diseases, there are mountains which needed to be cleared, and they wanted to basically dig a trench very similar to Suez Canal in Africa. However, they failed. So 1888, the French companies failed to dig the Panama Canal. All right, let's move to the next one. In the year 1907, which country's parliament building was completely destroyed by fire? Time starts now. So the question was the parliament building was completely destroyed. Which countries this parliament belonged to? Let's find the answer. It is the New Zealand. In 1907, the parliament building of New Zealand was completely destroyed. Now quickly move to the next question. In 1941, which country occupies Guam? 1941, which country occupies Guam? So this year is 1941. Obviously, this was during the Second World War. Which was the country which occupies Guam? Answer is very simple. It is Japan. Japan occupies Guam in the year 1941. Let's quickly move to the next one. In the year 1946, which country was suspended from United Nations? All right, so this is after the war, something must have happened which triggered this action that United Nations suspend a country. Let's find the answer, and that is Spain. Spain was, although neutral during the war, did not participate in the war actively, but they were pro-Nazis, and they played a role which is counterproductive to the allies. And also after the war, Spain played a major role in providing safe havens to Nazis, and also provided escape routes to Nazis. And because of that, United Nations suspends the membership of Spain. Okay, let's move to the next one. 1959. Who discovers antiproton? Who discovers antiproton? Let's find the answer. Well, the name of the scientists are Emilio G. Sagre and Owen Chamberlain. They were awarded Nobel Prize for Physics for discovery of antiproton, and it's a very big deal because until that time, that we thought that we were made of matter, but then there is a matter which is opposite of our constitution, our building blocks. Antiproton is very similar to proton in every which way. However, it has a negative charge. That proton is positively charged, but antiproton is a negatively charged, and it was first discovered by these two gentlemen. And for this discovery, they were also given Nobel Prize for Physics. Let's move to the next one. In the year 2009, what is the name of the Finnish puzzle video game released internationally? And the time starts now. So we are all fond of playing games, especially when it comes to mobile PCs or even laptops. And this very popular international game was released in the year 2009. I'm sure you would have played this, and the key to answering this question is that it's a Finnish product. Finnish meaning not Finnish, but from Finland. Let's find the answer. And the answer is Angry Birds. Angry Bird was released in the year 2009. It became a global rage. People like to just play simple games and get hooked to these games, but it gives a big thrill to the player. And this is basically a Finnish game which was launched in 2009. In the year 2012, which bank settles with US authorities to pay 1.9 billion for drug cartel money laundering? So this bank was providing financial activities for the drug cartel, and they paid the huge fine to US authority, almost 1.9 billion US dollars in the year 2012. Which was this bank? So, from mainstream governance point of view, this is a very bad thing. But a particular bank, I'm presuming, must be having global operations. Played a major role in providing, some sort of financial transactions for the drug cartel. Which was the answer? Answer is HSBC Bank, and they settled by paying 1.9 billion US dollars to US authorities, and getting over the some sort of sanctions which US authorities levied on them. So friends, we have come to the end of our quiz today, the Mind Gym quiz. Join me back tomorrow and we will continue our journey in improving our critical thinking abilities. See you tomorrow.